Hey, it's Tammy. Thanks for joining me today. This is just a really quick announcement that beginning in August of 2018, which basically is like a couple weeks away from now, um, I am going to be launching um, my own version of aromatherapy courses. Now, these are not courses designed to train professionals, although they are good for professionals. I mean, honestly, it's not going to give you any certification in anything. It's not going to qualify you for any associations. It will, however, give you the tools you need to individualize your use of essential oils when it comes to specific health conditions. At first I was a little cautious about launching these, and I realized that there's a lot of aromatherapy classes out there. But the fact is that when you look at the material and your pace to have to work through something, sometimes we have health conditions right here, right now. We don't have the opportunity to sit through an entire course to try to figure out how to adapt. Yes, there are books out there, but the more advanced books are actually going to be, how do I say, they're going to be a little bit vague, and that's with good reason. So I don't mean any disrespect when I say that. The generalizations that are in these books are for good reason, and that is because what's going on with you is unique to even though somebody may be living with Lyme or autism or even addiction, what's going on with that individual, even though there's some similarities with regards to the diagnosis, there are differences. And this is the sort of thing that I'm going to be covering in these videos, because we need this information right now. And I'm going to really break it down as specifically as I can with regards to medications and how to mix them with the oils so that you get the best results. And there's going to be cautions built into this, because not everybody is the same. Like I said, I think about, I had a conversation earlier this morning with a psychiatrist, and his thing was is he tried CBD with one person, and it was successful, but we have evidence that somebody else tried CBD and there wasn't successful. And in fact, they changed her medications, which I've had to change one of her blends, because while CBD is a cannabinoid, these blends actually were very high in caryophyllene oxides, which is also considered a cannabinoid family, is part of the cannabinoid family. So, and these aren't the only constituents that are concerning when it comes to interacting with medications. These are just an example. And so part of the dilemma is also how the body is actually metabolizing these medications. Okay, so there's very specific liver enzymes that metabolize medications, as well as oils and environmental toxins, environmental chemicals. So the liver is very busy. And at the same time, there's variations, there's adaptations on these liver enzymes that the medical world is becoming more and more aware of. In fact, they're beginning to try and conduct genetic tests to identify how the body is actually detoxing, which is a kind of a cool thing. And at the same time, when you introduce, what I've learned also is that just because it is this way today doesn't make it necessarily that way tomorrow. So there's switches that are happening. However, it's at least a starting point. So it's a good starting point. So like I said, how to mix these is what I'm trying to say, and understanding that at any given point in time, the body could all of a sudden back up or have a hiccup, so to speak, where you're going to have maybe a flare, or there's going to be a symptom, I'll just say it that way, that is going to show up. And so being able to navigate these changes that occur on a daily basis, because the body's not static, this is what I'm hoping to build into the programs. Because like I said, our health is today. Our health, we don't know what our health is going to be like a year from now. And while it's, I don't say don't take those classes, but these might be of interest as well because they're going to be dealing. And as I said, I'm going to break it down as specifically as I can. Like for instance, for Lyme and autism, and if I touch on mental health, I have a feeling that's going to break down into a series because of the way we're prescribing antipsychotics and other psychotropics. There's some crossover. So I'm working on this content, and like I said, I don't know how fast I'm going to be putting it out there. So I'm putting this video out there now so that if in the event you, as the viewer, have a request for a specific, if you're looking for something very specifically, I've done a lot just on this channel alone regarding histamine. If there's a very specific question, because histamine is kind of broad, and in fact, histamine will be covered basically in every single one of these videos because it is a primary chemical neurotransmitter in the body. So if there's other specific health issues besides just histamine intolerance, I'd like for you to be a little bit more, come at me with a diagnosis, okay? As opposed to just, kind of some, like I said, histamine challenges. That would be very helpful because that way I can actually kind of gauge how I develop these. And I'm sorry, I was just thinking about CBD there for a minute, and I don't mean to come out against CBD. The fact is that, again, when we were talking about it this morning, it was interesting because this particular psychiatrist we had two different reactions, and that's understandable. It's how the body is going to break it down, how the body's metabolizing everything, and trust me, it's being inundated with information. So nothing is a one size fits all, and that's really what I'm touching on in these videos as well. So right now, what I'm going to charge for the courses is difficult to say. I think I'm just going to start it out at basically $1 a minute for the length of the video, plus $10 for the downloadable materials that you're going to get along with it. So that's kind of where I'm going to start with that, and that'll start, like I said, beginning. I'll start loading those to my website, synergessence.com, come August. And you're always welcome to go to my website and sign up for my newsletter because I'm posting a blog post once a week so that you can kind of stay apprised of what I'm writing there, as well as be notified when these videos start coming out. And I don't expect you to check them all out, but it would hopefully there'd be something that would be of interest to you. And again, if you want to see me jump on what you're dealing with now, then email me, Tammy@synergessence.com, and let me know what you'd like for me to speak about. Because, like I said, they're going to get detailed because there's a lot of different medications that get involved. I'm also going to be doing things, videos on not the acute. Maybe I'll do acute issues, such as cold and flu and such, but I don't think that's not an issue as maybe chronic infections, something along those lines, things that are not being touched. That's the reason I mentioned Lyme, that are not really being affected by our current medical world very efficiently. So I look forward to hearing from you and really appreciate you being here. And if this is your first time ever seeing any of my videos, you might want to go check out a few. I'm very, very passionate about mental health. But all of health, because I just really want people to be well, and that's the reason why I'm doing these videos. So anyway, look forward to hearing from you and interacting with you. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at TammyDavis8. I'm also on Facebook. Tammy, I think it's under Tammy Lynn Davis there. Yeah, I think it's I'm just thinking of the URL. I think the URL from my personal Facebook page is TammyRD8 is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. You guys take care, and I will chat with you very soon. Oh, before I forget, I want to thank everybody for the comments and the discussions that we've been having as of late. It's an absolute privilege for me to be able to interact with you and kind of give you my perspective, because truthfully, like I said, I'm here to help as many people, and my goal is to just feel comfortable in our skin. So thanks for watching again. Talk to you later.